Hey guys, it's Pastor John here with Coram Deo Church. Just want to take a moment to give you a quick kind of update and summary of our church family potluck. If you weren't there this last Sunday, it was a really great time. Even though we had wonderful weather and basketball games on, a ton of you came out to support, to hear, to share a meal, and it was a huge encouragement to all of the pastors and staff. So thanks to all of you who did come out. And if you didn't come out, this is a simple way to kind of give you an idea of what we discussed, or maybe you did come out and you forgot, or you just want to hear it again. Whatever the case, here's a quick summary of what we discussed. First of all, Stuart, who is part of our financial committee, he shared with us where our church is at in terms of our budget and finances. And the short version is this: we are growing in our generosity, we are growing in stewardship, and consequently, we're in a fantastic spot in terms of our budget for the quarter and for the year. So thank you to all of you who give sacrificially and joyfully and faithfully to Coram Deo Church. Because of your sacrifice, we are in a fantastic position, and also in a great position as we look to the forward to the future and addressing some of the staffing needs, which I will share in just a second. We've also seen an increase in attendance across the board. Our growth strategy is preach the word and trust God, and He has been super faithful, and so we're just delighted and excited about the growth that we're seeing. And that leads us into the next thing, is we've been talking about launching our third service for quite some time. We've moved very slowly with this because we realize that change, even when it's necessary and it's good change, can be difficult. And so we've wanted to make sure we're listening to everybody we need to listen to. We're gathering the information we need to gather so that when we make a decision and execute that decision, we can all do it together. And so we are at that point where we are ready to move forward with our third service. If you're wondering, why would you do a third service? Why not just buy another building? That's a fantastic question. We've actually thought about that quite a bit, and the reason is this: our vision is to see Kitsap County saturated with the gospel. And we realize that from our current location in East Bremerton, there is going to be a geographical border to where we can reach. So we don't think that it's an effective strategy to reach Port Orchard from East Bremerton, or Paulsbo from East Bremerton, or other areas in the county from East Bremerton. The best way to reach those areas is to plant churches. And what that means is that we're choosing to not invest a ton of money, and by ton I mean millions of dollars, in new facilities, but rather to position ourselves to be able to support other church plants in our community, church plants that can reach people in Paulsbo, church plants that can reach people in the Port Orchard area. And so we're about 3 years from having our building completely paid off. We've been very disciplined in that area, and when the building is paid off, we'll be in a great position to actually move forward and support and help church planting in our community. So we're really excited about that. Because that's our vision and our value, we're going to keep doing additional services here and working with the building that we have. So September 23rd is the day you need to know. That will be the day that we launch our third service. It'll be a morning service. The service times will be 8:30, 10, and 11:30. And a couple things need to know about that. We discussed this at length on Sunday, but we really need those of you who are part of our church to be intentional about which service we choose. We know that the 10 o'clock is probably going to be the prime service. It's going to be the entry point for the vast majority of new people at our church, which means if our 10 o'clock service is full of people who already attend Coram Deo, it's not going to really provide any space for growth. So what we're doing is asking people to think about the 8:30 and the 11:30 service, so that we do have room to grow as a church. So please be considering what role you may be able to play as we launch this third service and seek to provide more space as God brings people to our church. The other thing that we talked about was our kids. We have kids, more kids. We have so many kids here. It is incredible. And so what that means is that we have this incredible opportunity and a responsibility to disciple our kids with the goal of bringing them into the worship service. That's what we want for them. We don't want to be pulling out our kids and putting them in specialized programs for their whole life. We want to integrate them into the body as quickly and as effectively as we can. And so our kids ministry, our kids programming, which goes up into second grade, is going to be geared towards preparing kids and training kids for corporate worship. And in order to do that well, we need additional teachers and we need additional assistants. Krista, who is our new kids lead, did a fantastic job really setting forth the vision and the value and the strategy for our kids. I would absolutely encourage you to listen to the audio from the family potluck. You can get it on our website, and if nothing else, find her segment and listen to it. It is really good. But we do need additional people to serve in our kids ministry so that we can prepare and be healthy when the fall comes. Also along those lines, we realize that the 11:30 service, so many of you with young kids have told us you can't come to the 11:30 because your kids are taking naps. And so because of that, we're going to have a fully staffed kids program for 8:30 and 10 o'clock, and then we're not working to staff a kids program at the 11:30. However, if we have an abundance of volunteers and a bunch of kids that want to show up, then we will definitely work that out. But for right now, we're going to have full kid programming at 8:30 and 10, and not at the 11:30 service. Other things that we talked about. This third service is a step towards a local church plant, but there's other things that we see in the future that we think will be really helpful in terms of us pursuing our vision of saturation in our community. And one of those things is moving towards an evening service. We don't have a timeline for that. We don't have a schedule for that, but we believe launching an evening service in our future will, one, help us to connect with a different demographic in our community, and two, it gives us a fantastic opportunity to train and equip new leaders and new teams that will then potentially go out and plant churches. And what this does is it allows leaders to learn and to serve and to grow with the training wheels on, if you will, so that when our teams go out to plant churches, we won't be asking them to do things that they've never done before. They will have experience, they'll know what they're doing, and we think an evening service can be a really good way to do that. So one of the things that we're going to be doing, working towards in the fall, in light of the generosity and the stewardship of the finances here, is we're going to be looking to hire two intern. So we're going to be looking for a worship intern, and this is somebody that would work directly with Ryan, who leads our worship, to know the ins and outs, the value, the DNA, the rhythm of what we do on Sundays, why we do what we do, the liturgy, all of that, and to help provide some support, and then potentially to train for leading an evening service or being an important element of that evening service in the future. And so we'll be starting a worship internship. And then the other thing that we're going to be starting is a pastoral internship. And we're looking for somebody who has pastoral calling, who has gifting in teaching and communication and theology, and is looking for an opportunity to serve and learn and grow. And our hope is that this will help pave the way and prepare leaders for the future, whether that means these are people who are going to go out and plant in our community, or people who are going to stay here so others can go plant in our community. We believe that leadership development, specifically in those two areas, is a key element of that. And so we're going to begin working to find those interns. So really exciting things are going on. I know myself, the rest of the elders, we are incredibly encouraged by your support, by your faithfulness, by your interest, by your generosity, and it's an exciting time to be part of Coram Deo Church, and we're looking forward to the summer. We'll be doing the Psalms together throughout the summer, and then September 23rd, we're starting the third service, and we're starting our new series, which will be multiple parts through the book of Genesis, and that will be our three service Sunday, 8:30, 10, and 11:30. So this is way too long. go to the website, check out the audio. It is long, but it is worth listening to. There's so many good things that you will hear and you'll be encouraged by. So please do that. And if you're interested in serving, I'll attach a little link here in this post to let you know. Click on that, and if you're ready to think about being part of the body and serving at Coram Deo Church, we'd love to have you be part of that. So, all right, we'll see you this Sunday, and take care.